thanks for tuning in. This is a good race. This is the 2020 Peace Pipe Enduro down in Greenville, Ohio. This is one of my favorite races for a couple reasons. One, they just put on a great event, but I've got a buddy that works at the club here, so I enjoy coming down to it, and I know quite a few people in the Ohio area that I ride with. And it's just a really good event. Though this is the best weather, it's usually crappy weather because it's the end of the year. This year we had awesome weather. So this is the best one I've been to, but it's the trail, really. It's great trail. You don't get to ride any of this stuff unless you go to this race. It's all private property. And homeowners come out and watch the race, like have a party, drink some beers, watch us go across mud holes, lots of water crossings in this race. So it's just a lot of fun. So shout out to Pickles and the club that puts it on, the Treaty City Motorcycle Club. Great job. It's one of the best events I've gone to, and I've been raced all over the USA. So I really like to hit this event. As you can see, perfect conditions this year once again. Yeah, and lots of water crossings. Though I want to ask anybody else, I don't know what was going on because you're racing obviously, but I came out of a creek crossing and I swear there was a guy on a YZ, and I thought he said, I heard him say something about his bike or fire with his bike or whatever. But you were right next to a creek. So I was thinking, man, if his bike's on fire, wouldn't he just throw it in the creek? And I definitely don't want to be around a bike that's on fire, and maybe that's why he didn't throw it in the creek, because, you know, full tank of gas, I mean, I wouldn't be messing around with it for sure. But I don't know. And then a couple rows back when we were at the gas stop, Jack was telling me that he came out of a water crossing and it looked like he thought he came out to a bonfire, but then he said it was somebody's bike. So I'm thinking that guy's bike was on fire and it burned down out there in the woods. So if you can comment and tell me if that's true, that's pretty crazy. I thought that's what I heard when I came across there, but I didn't know there was a couple people standing there, and I don't know. Yeah, I really think it was a YZ, I believe. At least a bike that was laying on the ground there was a YZ. But yeah, if anybody knew about that, let me know. I looked back on my tape, but my GoPro wasn't on at that point. My battery died. You know, they don't last long. 4-hour event, it might get the first hour and a half. But yeah, comment down below. Gosh, I hope the guy's bike didn't burn up out there. You wonder if it did burn up, what's that? I mean, probably don't have insurance on it, so you just, man, you lose all that, you lose your bike. That'd be a bummer. I would have thrown the sucker right in the water, though, right in the creek. Or buried it, I guess. But maybe if it's a gas fire, you're not putting that out, so. Unless, you know, take away the oxygen, I guess. But yeah, I'd like to know. Anyway, look at this trail. And this is row 59, can you believe that? I mean, there's no braking bumps, there's nothing really. It was pretty smooth and just a lot of fun. That's Jason up in front of me. He's really picked up the pace in the last 2 years. Either that or I'm really getting slow. I'm gonna go with he picked up the pace. He's ripping too. I really have a hard time with these timekeepers, though I did get some help from Rob this year, so thanks Howery. But he gave me some tips. Him and Al have been doing this for a long time, and I guess Al even was helping Lafferty. That's why him and Lafferty did so well at the beginning, was with timekeeping, you know. Al really knew timekeeping and helped Lafferty with it, so they gave me some tips and what to look for, and that helped. I do not have an odometer, or I didn't even have a watch, to be honest, so I'm just, you know, pretty much free-balling it here. Jason did have a phone on his bike, but with an app on it that kept track of, was just like a timekeeping enduro computer. But we lost the phone halfway through, so then we were just SOL. like I said, I had some tips from Rob and that helped. But I just struggle with these. Though it was a lot more fun this year when I kind of knew what was going on. If I had an odometer and a clock, or next year I've got an extra iPhone 10 and I put the app on that, so I'll get a holder for an iPhone and use it. And if that works, that should really help, you know. But it would really be a lot of fun. These timekeeping, I can see where they would be fun. Before, I've never put any effort into keeping track of where I'm at or whatnot. I just went. I don't, you know. This year, I wanted to try to figure out how to do it, and it was a lot more fun doing it that way. Like when you knew what was going on, kind of sneaking around, and so you don't get into a check early, etc. But yeah, it was fun. But I mean, but the weather and everything was the best. This is definitely the best weather I've ever done this race with. I mean, you look back at 2 years ago when I did it, and it was freezing cold that day. I think year before that, same thing. I can't remember. I missed last year's, but I did quite a few of the previous years, and I don't remember ever a year with a great weather. Decent, yeah, but not like warm like this. Bike ran great all day. I actually just split the cases and everything in this motor. It has this bike has 300 hours on it right now. It's a 19 gas XC300, and you wouldn't believe. I mean, that motor looks great. Obviously, I didn't have 300 hours on the top end. I changed that to 80 hours and then rode the rest on the top end, but I didn't have any blow-by, nothing. Everything was really good shape, and the biggest surprise was the clutch basket and inner. They weren't scored or notched, and I'm coming off Yamahas, and man, at 80 hours, you'd have to get new clutch baskets with those. You just tear them right up, notch them, and the inner and outer. But this bike, I mean, I could throw the stock stuff right back in there. And obviously, I've always changed my steels and fibers and springs. But I went through 3 or 4 clutch kits on this bike. But yeah, I'm just these gas really hold up well. A lot better than the Yamahas. I honestly think I'm gonna get a Reiju MR Pro, the MR300 Pro for my next bike. Comes with coated KYB suspension, pretty much ready to race. I put my CR high bars on it and some Enduro Engineering bark busters. Oh, my Mako 360, and that'd be about it. That's all you need to do, and that one's like, I think 10.3. So either that or the new gas 300 looks nice too. What is it, the EX 300? But then I'd be buying a KTM. I don't know, I'll probably go with the Reiju. It's a good bike. I love this bike. But I'm going to rebuild the motor and hopefully get another 300 hours out of it, another year or so. I ride a lot, so they don't last long. This is a 19, so hopefully get 3-4 years out of it. Whee! Boy, that looks so much fun. Here I am stuck in Michigan, northern Michigan. There's snow on the ground and it's like 28 degrees right now. A week later. My buddies in Tennessee are telling me it's 80 down there. Lucky buggers. They all got to go riding last weekend. It's kind of the difference between private and public lands you ride on. Michigan, we ride on all public lands, mostly, at least I do. Hardly any private. And deer hunting is so big that as soon as it hits, you're off public lands, and even the private lands, those guys hunt. So pretty much riding season's done for a couple weeks or a couple months. And then when Hunting season's done, it's snow time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go hit that subscribe button and the bell notifications when I upload. I really appreciate everybody coming here today. Have a good one.